Now since 15 is the maximum number, so x1 will be the entering variable. Now we have to check out of x2 and s2 which variable will go out. So for that, if you remember, we calculated the ratio which we denoted by theta. So how we calculate? We calculate this RHS quantity by the number in the pivot column. So for this it will be 20 divide half, which will give you 40. Similarly here it will be 60 divide 5 over 2, which will be 24. Now out of these two we have to select the minimum. So the minimum is 24. So this is pivot row. Okay, and the point of intersection of pivot column and pivot row. This element is pivot number. So we have S2 as the variable which is leaving, outgoing variable. Outgoing, or you can say leaving variable. Now using this data we need to prepare the second simplex table. So for that these two rows will be same, x2, and in place of s2 now we will be having the variable x1. So it will be this one. We filled all the data. Now we have to calculate the values for corresponding to these entries. So for that, first of all we will write the elements corresponding to pivot row. So for that what we have to do, we have to divide each of the numbers by the pivot number. It is 5 over 2. So when we divide 5 over 2 by 5 over 2, we will get here 1. 0 divide 5 over 2, 0. Here it will be minus 3 over 5. Here it will be 2 over 5. And on dividing here, we will get 24. Now we have to calculate the elements in this row. To calculate this, if you remember in the second table, we use this rule. New value equal old value row minus corresponding coefficient in pivot column cross corresponding new table pivot row. Okay, so for this, it is calculated. So if we see it, this position. For this position, the old value row is, that is like this, right? It is for x1. Okay, the old value is half minus the coefficient of the pivot row, that is 1 by 2 multiply the new element in the new row, this one, which is half minus half 0. So we will get here 0 corresponding to x2. What will get? 1 minus, this is element half multiply 0 gives you 0 corresponding to s1. How will get s1? The old value is half minus half multiply this number minus 3 over 5. When you calculate it, it comes out to be 4 over 5. So I forgot to write here. It is 1. It is 1 minus 0. It's not 0. It is 1. This one, and here we will get 4 over 5. Similarly, to calculate the value here, what we will get? For S2, the value is 0, 0 minus half into 2 over 5, which is minus 1 over 5. Minus 1 over 5 to get the value here for RHS. How much it is? 20 minus half into value here 24. It is 20 minus 12. It is 8. So we'll get here 8. So this is the new table that we obtain. Now next thing what we have to do is calculate the value of Zj and Cj minus Zj. How are we calculating Zj? Zj is 50 multiply 0. 50 multiply 0, that is 0, plus 40 multiply 1, that is 40. So when we add them, we'll get 40. Similarly, 50 multiply 1 plus 40 multiply 0 plus 50. 50, let me write it here. 50 multiply 1, that is 50. 40 multiply 0. 0. Adding, we'll get 50. Now, for this number, we have to multiply 50 with 4 over 5, that is 40, and 40 with minus 3 over 5, it is minus 24. When we add these two numbers, we'll get 16. Similarly, doing the calculation here, for this one, it is 50 into minus 1 over 5, that is minus 10, and 40 into 2 over 5. 40 into 2 over 5, it is 16. So when we add them, we'll get 6. And corresponding Zj value, 50 into 8 plus 40 into 24, which will give you 1360. Next, we want to calculate Cj minus Zj. Cj is this is Zj. Cj minus Zj. 0. 50 minus 50, 0. 0 minus 16 is minus 16. 0 minus 6, minus 6. So in this table, we will see that all Cj minus Zj, these are either 0 or negative. So we'll write since all Cj minus Zj less than equal to 0, so optimal solution reached. That is, this is the final table. So now we have to write the solution. So the solution will be involving the value of decision variables, which are x1 and x2. How will get that value? The value of x1 we will get from this RHS. So we'll write x1 equal 24. Value of x2 we will see from here. x2 equal 8. And maximum value of z. The value of z we will get from here. 1360. So this is the solution to our problem. This is how we'll solve a problem by using simplex method.